Tilling the soil has been practiced by farmers throughout the world to control weeds and to prepare a seedbed for crops. Plowing and other mechanical disturbances of the soil, such as harrowing and rototilling shown here, destroy the structure of the soil. This often results in erosion. Rototilling can lead to the loss of soil organic matter. And soil organic matter is important because it conserves soil nutrients. There are alternatives. Cover crops and conservation tillage are practiced more and more by large-scale commodity farmers as alternatives to plowing and rototilling.
You see, instead of now going and rototilling or tilling all this stuff into the soil and turning it over and disturbing the soil so that you would oxidize the soil organic matter, what we're doing is leaving this cover crop in place.
Here we show how cover crops and no-till planting can prevent erosion, control weeds, decrease water loss, and increase soil organic matter. Winter cover crops in Georgia are often mixes of rye, crimson clover, and winter peas. They are planted in September or October by broadcasting seeds into the residue of the summer cash crop. The seeds germinate and begin growth. When cold weather arrives, the growing stops. 4 months later, in February, this is what the cover crops look like.
And in the spring we'll be out here, we'll be rolling it flat, and we'll be doing some no-till seed planting out here into this bed, and be knocking down the rye and rolling it over flat, forming a mulch. But I think it's important to notice the difference between how it grows. In other words, we plant it in the fall, and it stays just about like this for November, December, January, February. And then in March, middle of March, it starts to go, and then by mid-April or late April, when we're going to do the next shot, it'll be almost waist high.
The rye produces biomass. The biomass residue prevents weeds from sprouting up in the springtime. The clover and the peas add nitrogen to the soil. Spring arrives. By early May, the cover crop looks like this. Now it is time for the roller crimper. This piece of equipment flattens the cover crop so the field is ready for seed planting. Timing is important. You want to start crimping early so you can begin planting your spring or summer crop, but to get good results, you have to wait until the crop goes to seed. How does a roller crimper work? The weight of the barrel rolls the cover crop flat. The angle irons on the roller crimp the stems of the cover crop. Crimping kills the crop without breaking the stem. If the stem is broken, the plant may not be killed. This is a strip-till planter. It works in a similar way to the no-till planter with one exception. The strip-till planter has 2 chisel plows that open narrow strips through the cover crop residue into the mineral soil. If the residue from the cover crop is too thick, seedlings may not be able to penetrate through. Opening a strip with the strip tiller ensures that the germination and growth of the seedling is not blocked. The strip till planter can also be used for opening strips for vegetable seedling transplants. Here we are transplanting by hand, but there are tractor-mounted planters for large-scale plantings. Even in July, the bed is almost free from weeds. The rye effectively controlled the weeds. This is the strip-tilled plot on July 12th. The corn here was planted in late June. The beans were planted 1 week ago on July 5th. The corn needs a head start on the beans. The beans use the corn stalks as climbing poles. This is an example of a field that was crimped too early, when the rye was still in flower. The rye did not prevent germination. As a result, there is a growth of weeds. If you want to sow a summer crop by broadcast seeding, instead of no-till or strip-till planting, you will want to first mow the cover crop. To prepare the soil for seeding, we use a machine called a spader. Unlike the rototillers and plows, a spader loosens the soil without turning it over. When soil is turned over, the organic matter is oxidized and destroyed. The spader pushes the residue into the soil. The result? A plot with increased soil organic matter and increased soil fertility. You can broadcast seeds on a small scale with the hand-cranked seed spreader. It's shown here. For larger fields, you can use a tractor-mounted seed spreader. A cultipactor can be used to press seeds into the soil. This is a cultipacker. On this site, we broadcast seeded sun hemp as a summer cover crop. It is a legume and increases the nitrogen in the soil. This fall, we will spade it into the soil. It will give a good boost to the soil organic matter.
I just wanted to take advantage of this this opportunity to show what the winter rains can do, how they can form erosion gullies here when you do not have any barrier, any winter cover crops or anything to inhibit the erosion.
Preventing soil erosion and building soil organic matter are key to sustainable agriculture. Cover cropping and conservation tillage are the tools to do it.